However devastating the current financial struggles Barcelona are currently entrenched in are, there is arguably no doubt that some blessings have managed to seep through like a small thin beam of light piercing through a dark room. A change in focus from mostly signing established world-class players to paying more attention to nurturing their youth players and recruiting some from elsewhere has led to the club fielding out some of the game's youngest world beaters at the moment. One such young world beater to be discussed, as the topic of this video suggests, is none other than Pau Cubarsi, the boy whom many have lauded as a perfect mixture of two club legends Gerard Piqué and Carles Puyol, taking after the former's elegant ball-carrying, ball-playing abilities and the latter's grit, intensity and die-hard attitude.
A fellow called Pau Cubarsi, who's their 17-year-old starting centre-back, who I've literally never seen anybody more remarkable in 35 years of doing this. Cubarsi is utterly off the scale extraordinary.
How good must this 18-year-old be to have found himself becoming a constant performer at one of the biggest clubs in the world? This is the incredible rise of Pau Cubarsi. Cubarsi joined Barcelona at age 11 in 2018. Before that, he was at Girona. He had a calm and quiet childhood, growing up in the small village of Estanyol, one which is home to about 200 people. In what could be described as the center of the village stood a church, one house, a restaurant and Cubarsi's carpentry shop, the family business. Since there are no pitches in Estanyol, Cubarsi's first team as a boy was based on the outskirts of Girona in Villablarieix, where he also went to primary school. Girona snapped him up at 8 years old, where he would stay until word got to Barcelona about a promising young centre-back. We found out about him through one of the many observers we had distributed around Catalonia. Rudi Rora, one of Barca's youth academy directors, told The Athletic. We received information that Girona had a centre-back who was showing promise, and we went to see him several times. The last time was at a tournament in Cornellà de Llobregat near Barcelona city centre. We decided to talk to his parents and explain the sporting project at Barca, what we had in mind and why we wanted to sign him. This was key to him coming here. The issue of centre-backs has never been easy for us to solve. Playing as a centre-back at Barca is not like playing as a centre-back elsewhere. It is a position that is very demanding. Firstly, because Barca normally plays in the opposition half with a lot of space at the back. You have to defend a lot of space, which can lead to lots of tough one-on-one situations, and you have to be very quick. Also, they have a very big responsibility in the beginning of attacking play. We always look for young players who had good feet, who were good at seeing passes, who were good at making deep passes. Pau, apart from having all that, defensively was very good. Very serious, very strong. He had a good aerial game and understanding of defensive concepts. That's very difficult to find. Cubarsi would make his senior debut at age 16 in a Copa del Rey last 16 match against third-tier side Unionista de Salamanca in January 2024. And 3 days later, on the 21st, he made his La Liga debut against Real Betis. From there, things progressed rather quickly. Before long, his name frequently featured in the team sheet. There's just something about the way he plays that entices his managers. His calm demeanor is very much perfect for a Barcelona centre-back, as it is a team or club with an overall possession-based ball-playing philosophy. Of course, that alone should not be the only reason why an 18-year-old who just finished high school played over 30 times last season for one of the biggest clubs in world football. Like many have pointed, he's a mixture of Gerard Piqué and Puyol. The latter was known for being up to very serious stuffs at the back. He played exactly like a gladiator, putting his body everywhere and anywhere, spilling every blood in his body to ensure the opposition does not score a single goal. Now, this is not to say that Cubarsi is exactly like this or is on Puyol's level when it comes to this, but there is no doubt he is very tough on the pitch. The young teenager was able to hang with one of the best strikers on the planet, Victor Osimhen, when they clashed in the Champions League round of 16 in early 2024. Mind you, this was Osimhen at the height of his power, goal scoring, Scudetto winning and all, and Cubarsi ran out as a man of the match on what would be his Champions League debut. He finished the game with 80 touches, a 90% pass success rate, 5 ball recoveries and won all 6 of his aerial duels. He wasn't even trusted by his manager to play the first leg because of how inexperienced he was, but after keeping 3 clean sheets at the back after that in games against Getafe, Athletic Club and Mallorca, he became undeniable. Being a ball-playing defender requires a lot of skill. One has to be calm, be good with the ball at his feet, less prone to mistakes, and be very good in high pressure situations. He's just 18 and he's excelling tremendously at that. I can't really put into words how truly mind-blowing this is. He seems to excel even greater under Flick, a manager who employs an even higher backline. One mistake could really hurt the team, and an 18-year-old is part in charge of holding that part of the team's unit down. Many have praised his maturity, from the people who played massive roles in bringing him to Barca to the ones who coached him at youth level. The first memory I have of Pau is from before I coached him. He arrived in the 2018-19 season as a senior Alvin. In a group against UE St. Andrew, there was an action where an opposing striker was left alone and Pau fouled him outside the box. He was shown a straight red card, something unusual in games involving such young kids. When a child of that age is shown a red card, they usually get upset, they shout and even cry. Their emotions are running high, but Pau accepted it as a part of the game. He went away so calmly and just started to watch from off the pitch. It was the image of a player a few steps ahead in terms of maturity. Pau Cubarsi, despite his age, is an exceptional defender. He's especially skilled at handling players with the ball, particularly when they're outside the penalty box. Rather than immediately challenging an opponent who has their back to goal, he intelligently directs them towards the sidelines, stopping their forward progress. When faced with an attacker one-on-one, Cubarsi is remarkably patient. He delays his move, waiting for the perfect moment to act while giving his teammate time to get into position to help. When an opponent tries to dribble past him, he uses his physical strength and determination to constantly win the challenge. The young center-back is excellent at anticipating and reacting to passes played behind the defensive line. He's very good at reading the game and quickly adjusts his position to get the ball before the opposing attacker does. When he doesn't anticipate a play, he works hard to drop back quickly and close the defense line, effectively coordinating with his midfielders to strengthen the team's defense. This has so far been very useful under a manager like Hansi Flick, who prefers to keep a high line. The centre-backs are required to be very good with the ball at their feet and must be capable of shooting long-range passes to their teammates at the other side of the field, all of which Pau Cubarsi has been very good at. He also has an exceptional understanding of passing. He's skilled at playing passes that breaks through the opponent's defensive lines, which helps the team move the ball forward and maintain circulation. Cubarsi is an expert at finding distant teammates in good positions, shifting the ball to open areas of the field. This not only stretches the play, but also gives his team a significant tactical advantage. All in all, Cubarsi is a Barcelona defender made by and for Barcelona. There is nowhere else a footballer like him could feel more at home.
La veritat que m'imagino, si segueixo treballant com sempre he treballat i si les coses em surten bastant bé, doncs d'aquí 10 anys m'agradaria estar en el club de la meva vida, al Barça, siguent una persona important en el club i donant-ho tot sempre en cada entreno i en cada partit.
The club can't stop winning in terms of the pure gems they have discovered over the years, and at just 18 years of age, Pau Cubarsi is fast-tracking himself, becoming one of the best defenders in the future.
Pau Cubarsi at centre-back, my taste of understanding football, watching his passing, watching his bravery, watching his technique, I honestly don't believe that in 35 years in the profession and however many years watching football, I don't think I've seen anybody like him ever.